Is it on? Is it on? Hey guys, it's your boy Jarrell back with another video. Now, today it's gonna be a little different. So, this is my podcast edition. So, welcome to the podcast, guys. Here I am going to get very raw, open, and vulnerable, transparent almost. So, brace yourself. Understanding self-worth. Self-worth can mean a lot of things, honestly. Like the way you value yourself, the way you carry yourself, the way you see you, the way other people see you, the way you feel about yourself. You know how some days you just don't feel like you're almost in your own skin. Like it's almost unexplainable, but if you know, you know. Another word for self-worth could be translated to even self-esteem. Self-esteem is the way you feel about yourself. It's like that emotion that you have for yourself. Do you love yourself? Do you value yourself? Now, self-worth actually is the way you value yourself. So, I usually like to go by this motto: you look like exactly what you're going through. Meaning, the person is shining, radiant, lost a little weight, slimmed down, clear face, clear pores. They might be living a great life. They doing something behind closed doors that other people don't see. Now, for the ones who y'all just fresh out of high school and college and y'all already look like y'all passing 40. Now that's no tea, no shade. It's just you gotta take care of yourself. I learned a lot about my self-worth and my self-esteem last year in the year 2023. I was in a period in my life where everything and everyone had to go. And it was nothing against anyone. It was just I learned back in 2022 towards the end that everything had a season. You can't force anyone or anything to understand you or what you're going through. You have to only simply just go with the flow. And if that flow leads to people exiting your life or proving themselves to not even be worthy to sit at your table, then by all means, don't be afraid to cut the chopping block. It's only going to do you more harm in the end, because sometimes you realize down the road that these people never had your back. But we're going to get into that. I was just in a period in my life where just everything just started to not make sense. And it only didn't make sense around the people that I was like giving a lot of my time and energy to. It was like always this push or pull or this, what am I doing wrong? Can I do better? And I feel like always I was the one to blame. Now, usually people be like, okay, if you're the problem, if everyone has the problem with you. But what happens when the problem leaves the group, leaves the house, and the problem is still, the situation is still circulating? Like, you get what I'm saying? I took myself out. I had family was not able to support me due to their own insecurities. Who can do what the best? Who can achieve what at the fastest rate? Like, everyone wants everything that looks good on the outside. How do you really feel on the inside? Are you really whole, or are you just living superficial? Friends were being snakes in my garden, just sticking around me and sticking by me to collect my resources, to collect on my energy, my time, my love, my efforts. I am a really loving person. I'm an Aries, by the way. Please comment your sign. I want to get to know you guys. Let's really make this interesting. You guys have any questions, comment. Also, please like, share, subscribe, and if you also just resonate and like this content, please hit the notification bell to get more notifications. In most cases, the people I was dating, oh man, the people I was dating, energy vampires, narcissists, um, man childs. We had abusers, verbally, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Yes, I have been in a domestic relationship. I wouldn't say I'm a victim. I was taught to fight back. So I always say I was a participant, but I was never the initial, never took the initial hit. Building self esteem. Building self esteem is so hard, y'all, but it's not impossible. I promise you, it takes some time. You really got to be patient and trust the process, but you have to do things that takes your mind off of it. And your mind is never going to be off it. Like, your mind is going to constantly wander, constantly drift, just constantly remind you of what you either don't got, what you just lost. Your mind plays tricks on you. If y'all don't understand this by now, we live in a matrix. Everything around us is designed to attack us. Even the phone that you watching me on is designed to attack you. Do you understand that? So I'm gonna give y'all some examples of what I used to build my self-esteem within like the last few years, just to even like sum it up. I worked out. That was probably my main focus. I wanted a whole body positive transformation. Once I stopped partying and going out and hanging out with the wrong crowd, I stayed home, I studied, I worked out, I discovered more music in those times. I was building my strength, building my health up. I was dieting. I was eating right. Self-care routine. You guys have to develop a self-care routine, guys. I love my face, um, my skin. I developed a whole night routine, morning routine, workout routine. I have a meal plan. That's a whole routine, because even within my meal plan, that's when I schedule to even clean the kitchen. Like, that's how much of a routine I got. Like, I'll be like, okay, if I don't, like, let's say, okay, like for example, boom, I have 2 rounds of my workout. So I would basically work out, do my little fitness workout, and then I'll start to clean up a little bit. Whatever I gotta clean up, I'll clean up. And then when I'm done doing that, because since I'm still moving, my body is still going, and I'm also multitasking at the same time. After that, I'll basically get to the point to where I'm putting on that next playlist. I forgot that I played the playlist. You got to get your playlist together, y'all. You got to get the playlist. Comment your favorite song at the moment. Currently, right now, I'm gonna give y'all 3 songs. Figaro by Megan Thee Stallion for sure. I could say Crash by Kaylani and Lemonade by Lucky Day. I could give y'all a bonus, I guess. And I would say Candy Painted by Normani as well. That's my stuff. Don't get me to working out to that. You guys have to also spend quality alone time with yourself. And these times, this is where you can develop these routines. You could start becoming a little bit more spiritually rooted in your own beliefs. I pray a lot. I prayed a lot in times of grief. Um, I always have times where even if I'm sad or I'm crying or I'm down, like, and crying is not emotional. Just the same way you pee, you throw up, you poop, you gotta get rid of whatever is in your body that's not supposed to be in your body at the time. You gotta cry. You gotta let that emotion out. Society needs to stop teaching people to hold that emotion in. That's why so many people are guns up, fists down, emotionally unresponsive, um, What is you have emotionally unavailable? Oh my God, let's get to the emotionally unavailable people. I pray for y'all. Patience. You need a lot of patience when dealing with change, when dealing with people being in this push and pull with your energy, taken from your cup but not pouring into your cup. You got to be patient. You got to listen to the signs. Everything is a pattern. Patterns repeat. Patterns are insanity because you're going in a never ending cycle of the same thing over and over and over and over. Once you pick up on someone's pattern, they become predictable. When you are in isolation, people can't predict your pattern because I can put down blue, yellow. But if I'm quiet and I'm minding my business, I can put down a red real quick and you ain't even gonna know. Overcoming self-doubt. Self-doubt is a monster. It is so hard because it is pretty much insecurity. Um, Whether that's doubting yourself in a relationship, doubting yourself around your family, like, oh, I have to be the great one, I have to be the one to make it out. Whether you're at work and you're trying to gain that promotion, like, even if everyone sees you as this great light, this great resource, you have all this pressure. And sometimes people don't give those strong people the credit that they need to actually continue with life. It's like people always want to put their baggage on other people, but if you know that you put a lot of baggage on someone, make sure that they feel like they can come to you as well and like vent, lay it down, like give an eye for an eye. At some point last year, now y'all, I recently graduated. Right now it's currently July. I'm filming right now in the month of July 2024. However, I graduated last month in May. I said last month. What is wrong with me? I graduated back in May. It almost felt like last month. I'm not gonna lie. Time has been flying. Um, but I had so many great things in store for me, and I felt it. And I don't know whether other people felt it or they knew it or what, but like I felt it. I had rebranded my YouTube, start putting out more content, start traveling more, just getting out there more. And this is all after a breakup. Like, y'all, I had got out of two very bad relationships in the year of 2022, and 2023 was the year for me. It was the year I needed to go into that dark soul of the night or that hermit mode. If y'all know what hermit is, like actual hermit energy, comment below hermit because I want to know who is really spiritual out there. Because if y'all really understand the spiritual lingo, I vibe with you. I vibe with you. I finished out school with flying colors, y'all. I gained my associates in social science and I did a duo learning. I got my human service certificate. So I can do anything, pretty much, for the most part. But I'm going for my social work bachelor's, y'all. So I'm proud of myself. I could give myself my flowers. It really got to the point to where I really felt as though I could not be truly supported by anyone around me. It was like everyone was like a wolf in sheep's clothing, but making me feel like I was the bad guy or I was the problem. Life felt amazing. However, the people around me weren't as supportive as you would expect, your loved ones to be towards you at a time where you are achieving so much. It almost felt like everyone was almost praying on my downfall or praying for me to fail so that I could come running back to them. Because if you don't realize, the further up the scales or the ladders you go, people who know where you're going before you even can see. because you're up there living in the present moment and they're watching you like, okay. Think about being on an escalator. You could see them. Like you could look down and stuff like that, but usually you just looking forward. Like you don't even know how high you are until you up there. Like, but those people down below watching you, they see how fast you going, where you at, how how long until you get in there. Like you gotta watch out for the jinn energy, the jinns, the karmics. Don't get me started on the spirituality. That's gonna be another topic, y'all. Embracing self-love. Embracing self-love. Y'all, I love myself. And it took a long time. I always loved myself. But it took a long time for me to get rid of the energy that did not belong to me. I got bullied. I grew up in a home where I had to be the oldest, and it was also survival of the fittest. I didn't have a lot of resources provided when I needed it. It was always when it was convenient or when it was relevant. So I learned to give that to myself. You got to learn to love your inner child and learn what hurt you growing up, who hurt you. Forgive them, forgive that, forgive yourself, and never let your past traumas or what people said about you or did towards you get in the way of the love or the self-expression that you have to offer the world. Continue to show gratitude and love, because at the end of the day, God is going to bless you. I don't know where people think they get or how much they think they're going to get out of doing stuff to people, getting revenge, talking dirt on bad on people's name, spreading lies, gossips, and rumors, or trying to sabotage work. I've had people try to sabotage work opportunities for me. Believe it or not, like, that's crazy. It's just some things that I wouldn't do, and a lot of people would do. Like, but that's where remember what I was saying earlier? You look exactly what you're going through. Remember that, y'all. The way I express self-love is by knowing what is for me and what is not for me. Like I was saying earlier in the video, everything has a season, everything has a time. You have to know your time and your season. I was born in the spring. The fall time, it could work for me. It can make or break me. Summertime, I'm still pretty much in my energy. The winter time, my energy is just starting to get back up there, because right after that is the spring. You gotta know your time and your seasons, y'all. No, and that's for people, places, and things. Like if a job ain't serving you, get out of there. Start applying, start looking. The more you stay in that environment, the more diminished your energy, your spirit, your soul gonna become. You're gonna be literally physically angry, upset, tired. You ever had that feeling where you so tired at work, but then you get off and you got all this energy? What you think your body trying to tell you? Cut. You cannot force anything or anyone to do anything. You gotta just let people be. Say what you gotta say in a gracious way. Never curse no one out unless you really got to. Sometimes you really gotta curse people out. Say what you have to say and cut it. If it's able to work out, then it's able to work out. If it's not, it's not. So don't force anyone to do anything that they are not willing to do. We all have free will. Once you start manipulating, now that's some whole gaslight and narcissistic stuff. But that's another topic. So guys, that was the end of this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is only the beginning. Only the beginning. So I just want to give you guys a quick little positive message. Love yourself, love thy neighbor. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but it causes you more harm to do wrong to others than it does good. You get more in return if you share more love and light, even when you are done wrong. Address the issue, cut it, and move on. It's not going to be hard, it's not going to be easy. But at the same time, you stay in that energy long enough, you will die, regardless if that is physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Until next time, I love you. Bye.